Top of it, top of it. It's your boy Coach One Stack. Man, I know I'm a little sweaty, man. I'm fresh from the gym, y'all. I wanted to drop y'all this little video before I, get in the shower and get ready for my day. Like I said, guys, thanks for the support, man. Thanks for loving real content, real people talking instead of all that artificial intelligence. And like the video says, man, I'm going to break down the proffer, what a proffer agreement is, because I'm going to tell you some people who proffered. Ralo proffered, T.I. proffered, Keefe D proffered. Who else proffered? Ralo, Keefe D, Lil Boosie may have proffered, and a lot more other stars, that are doing proffer agreements. And I just really want to break it down to you guys what a proffer agreement is and how it works. So you just kind of know, man, how to move. And for some of y'all out here that might still be in the streets, or you might be doing something that you shouldn't do, of how this can come back and affect you. You understand what I'm saying? Guys, I'm not a street dude, man. I know how to play in the streets and all that shit. But like I said, y'all know my history, you know my background. I'm qualified to give y'all this information and break it down to you. So, oh yeah, Bill Cosby did a proffer too. That's why they had to release him. So what a proffer agreement is, it's like having amnesty for one day. Okay? You could have many proffer agreements over the course of time, because Keefe D actually had a bunch of proffer agreements over the course of 2 years. If you go watch the video and you talk to the police who actually told this, and he actually played part of his proffers, okay? So now what a proffer agreement is, it's like amnesty for a day. They're gonna come to you, man, when you catch a case and say, all right, would you like to proffer? And what people are gonna do is, Woody did a half-ass proffer too. He did a proffer agreement too. So they're gonna come to you and say, hey, okay, tell us everything you know. It don't have to be even about the case that they got you for. Like in some cases, the feds may even come to you and say, look, and show you some pictures. We've been following you. We got X, Y, and Z on you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna break down how they did Keefe D. They came to Keefe D and they showed him some pictures and they told him certain information. They said, we know that you pushing PCP, you were part of a PCP ring, and we know X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, 3, and this is what's going on. And we're not going to indict you right now, but we just want to let you know that we know what we're talking about. This is what they do with a proffer agreement. They're going to let you know that they know you dirty. They're going to prove it to you so you know that that shit done got real, or you've already gotten arrested. You did? So now you're going to sit down with the police and they're going to say, what can you give me? It ain't got to be about what you have going on. That's when people start going through that mental Rolodex in their mind. And they might say, yeah, 2 years ago, me and such and such, I watched such and such delete such and such, at this location. And they say, oh yeah, and they're gonna be writing, and they might say, oh, I remember that. Okay, I remember when that happened. And you're gonna have to authenticate that information. And they're gonna say, well, okay, well, which hand did he use when he did? Well, yeah, he used his left hand and he put the bullet right here in his temple, and he was shot 5 times. So that way they know that you are telling the truth and you know what you're talking about. And to even add on to it, when giving that proffer statement, he might say, yeah, because then such and such got caught with the same gun that was used in that murder a week later. So now they sit back and authenticate that information. They check it out and they say, oh, yeah, this dude did get caught with a gun 2 weeks later. You know what? This gun does come back to that. The bullet in this body does come back to that gun. Okay, this guy's telling the truth, right? And then they might say, another example, they might say, yeah, okay, 8 years ago, me and these people, we were selling work or whatever. And we went to go get our shipment, and it was a big robbery and it was a shootout, and this many people got killed. They're going to look through their Rolodex and say, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when all this stuff happened. Well, who was there? Oh yeah, X, Y, and Z was there. Oh, okay. He said, yeah, and these people right now, we've been selling work, man, and they actually selling work as we speak. That little spot over there is such and such. Go check that out over there. You're gonna see a yellow Corvette that pull up at the house at 6 o'clock every day to go drop off the work, and a white Lexus that comes at this time to pick the money up. So the police are gonna go with that information, and they're gonna authenticate those facts and see, oh, okay, this person's telling the truth. So when you're doing a proffer, you can basically incriminate yourself with all the information that you give them just for that day. Now, say the next day comes, you can't talk about that stuff you did anymore because you can get charged with it. That's what happened to Keefe D. Keefe D proffered. He had many proffer agreements for like a 2-year period with the police. Even the stuff about Tupac. And what did he do? He wrote a book, and then he went on and started interviewing about it. That made his proffer null and void. Now they can come back and prosecute you, right? Okay. Bill Cosby did a proffer agreement about, drugging these women and, fondling them way back in the 70s. He was like, yeah, I did this and I did that. And yes, I did give them this and that. Well, they took his information, they put him in prison. But that's why they let Bill Cosby out of prison, is because they were not supposed to use his proffer agreement against him, because he never spoke about it other than that day. Guys, go do your own research and pull it up yourself. That's what proffer agreements are. Amnesty for a day, and you can't talk about it. And many of your rappers have done this stuff. Many people that you're connected to have done this stuff. See, you guys look at snitching in a way of, okay, this dude got popped today, and now, hey man, be on the lookout because the police about to sweep everybody because he got knocked. No, it don't work like that. A proffer don't work like that. With the proffer agreement, they may not even use that information. They might wait 2 years to use that information. They might gather the evidence and wait 2 years. They will go back in time and arrest people for crimes they did years ago because you have given information and you have placed yourself at the scene of the crime with doing this with this information during the proffer statement, which means if you were at the scene of the crime, that means that you are a credible witness. And now with the proffer agreement, they can go back and arrest those people, and best be damned, they're going to pull you into court, the person who gave that proffer statement, to now tell what you did. But they're not going to arrest you. They're going to put the case on the other people. Now, see, guys, here's something you didn't know, man. They can compel you to testify like they did YSL Moody. In some states, they will lock you up in jail until it's time to testify. So you got people like, man, so it ain't no like, I'm going to give a proffer, and if I ever have to go to court, man, I'm just not going. They will make you go to court. If you look at Ralo, you can go pull up videos where Ralo talked to his people from prison, and he did proffer agreements. And he's telling his people, yeah, I talked to them boys. I just told them some stuff they just wanted to hear so they would get up off me. No, you don't just tell the police something in a proffer to get them up off you. You have to give them credible information that they verify before they will even accept your proffer. So with your proffer, you are putting yourself, you're basically just forfeiting your Fifth Amendment, and you're putting yourself at the scene of these crimes, and you putting yourself in these crimes because you know that they cannot prosecute you for them just for that day. And Ralo did it too. So now the question, T.I. did it. That's how T.I. got a year. T.I. proffered on some of his dead homies. That's how he only got 1 year, being an ex-felon, being someone who had been to the penitentiary once or twice and got caught with a firearm. So now as we look at Boosie, if Boosie gets only a couple years, I can guarantee you that Boosie have proffered. Boosie has information on so many deletions. It's crazy. You dig what I'm saying? Boosie could proffer on Marlo Mike. You dig what I'm saying? Who's already doing life in prison because life is life in Louisiana. Boosie in a perfect world could proffer against Marlo Mike for more bodies. And as long as they can prove that his information was good, they're just going to stack the time on Marlo Mike. I mean, he got life. He's never getting out. Boosie has so much knowledge of so much stuff that has went on and taken place. And he could proffer and they could go back 15 years and arrest people for deletion. Because remember, guys, ain't no statute of limitations on murder. Ain't no statute of limitations on murder. And what's mostly gonna get you up out of a federal case and get your time dropped down when you proffer is when it has something to do with a murder. Because that's the biggest of the big. You know, no statute of limitations. You know, they would rather get a murderer off the street than somebody selling guns or dope. So, guys, I'm not saying that Boosie proffered. I'm not saying that he didn't proffer. I just want to tell you guys, explain to you people exactly what a proffer agreement is, how it works, how it can affect you, right? How it can affect you, how it can affect the people around you, and how it can also shave time off your sentence. But doing a proffer agreement is just the same as snitching. You dig what I'm saying? The difference between snitching and proffering, you know, I didn't mean to make this video that long. But thank you guys for watching, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. The difference between proffer and just all out snitching is when you're snitching, they finna hit you with that information right now. They finna go arrest somebody right now and put that case together right now. When you proffer, it may take them years. People may have done stuff and they did stuff 10 years ago and they're like, why am I getting arrested for this? But a person that did something 5 years ago and they're like, why am I getting arrested for this? They may not, a person may do a proffer and go to prison and do his time for 1 or 2 years. And now he's free. And then they may start arresting people for the information that came up out of the proffer agreement. So proffering is real tricky. It's real borderline. But at the end of the day, it's still snitching, y'all. And my question to you, answer in the comments. Do you think Boosie badass? Do you think he would proffer to save his ass? Because he got a lot on the line, y'all. You know, he just had a baby. You remember last time he went to prison, he came out broke. You dig what I'm saying? He came out broke. Do you think that Boosie would proffer? Or do you think he would stay to the street code and not say anything? But I can guarantee you, if he only get 1 or 2 years, man, I'm going to make 100 videos about that proffer statement, man. Other than that, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all have a nice day, man. And thanks for listening to the content. Church.